Hey friends, Miss Stephanie here, and I wanted to share some information about our December Beep and Greet. Sadly, because of COVID-19, we can't come to you, but you can come to us and Beep and Greet us. We had so much fun seeing you at our Thanksgiving Beep and Greet, and we can't wait to see you for this one. So, just like last month, we have a special project for you. I'm going to read you a story, and then we're going to talk about that special project. The book is called The Best Christmas Ever. I am so excited. I can't wait to have the best Christmas ever. This is the front of our book, the back of our book, the spine. The author writes the words and the illustrator draws the pictures. The author of this book is Marnie McGee and the illustrator is Gavin Scott. When you open it up, you usually find a title page. Tells you that information again. Let's listen. Millicent Mouse was all aflutter. I'll scoot a little closer so you can see. Christmas was only one day away, and the little mouse could hardly wait. She had swept and scrubbed until everything sparkled. She had fluffed and dusted until she sneezed. Millicent gathered apples and nuts from the cellar. In a flurry of flour, she baked an apple nut pie. She poured honey and spices into a kettle. Standing on tiptoes, she sniffed and smiled. Christmas just wouldn't be Christmas, she said, without my hot honey punch and apple nut pie. Do you have anything special you make with your family? Mine would be our Christmas cookies. Christmas just wouldn't be Christmas if I didn't bake cookies with my mom. Millicent bundled up warm, then scampered out into the snow. Her black boots crunched as she walked to and fro, gathering lots and lots of ivy. Christmas just wouldn't be Christmas without ivy, she puffed, to string on my tree. But instead of berries, Millicent found a baby hedgehog. Look at this little baby hedgehog she found. Snoring softly in the snow. Witchetty whiskers, she gasped and tiptoed close. He needs a nest better than that. So she wove all of her ivy into a leafy blanket and gently tucked it around him. How nice of Millicent. If you remember back here, Millicent wanted to string that ivy on her tree with berries, but she gave it to the baby hedgehog instead. By the time Millicent had finished, the sky was growing dark. Fiddle, she fussed. Too late to search for berries now. Millicent scurried home. There she found Felicity Finch and her chicks searching for food. What, oh, what shall we do? The mother bird cried. The snow has covered our seeds. Oh no, she can't find any seeds for her baby birds. Look at all those little babies. They're going to be hungry. Come in where it's warm, said Millicent. I've just made an apple nut pie. She's going to share her pie. In the flick of a wing, the kitchen was full of hungry chicks. Their feathers fluttered and flapped as they flocked around Millicent's pie. Tasty, tasty, kind, how kind, they chirped. And then they were gone in a whoosh of feathers and dust. Millicent sneezed, achoo, achoo. Nothing was left but scattered crumbs. Look at all those crumbs. Millicent heard a knock at the door. Fiddle, she muttered. Whatever now? Merry Christmas, Millicent, cried Gabriel Skunk. I brought you a present, perfume. Perfume, said Millicent, hiding a smile. Well, thank you. Gabriel dabbed at his nose. I have a terrible cold. Try my hot honey punch, she said. It's very good for a terrible cold. Gabriel lifted the kettle and drank every drop. Fags, he said, and ambled off home. So he had a little cold, and Millicent let him drink her hot honey punch. She's a kind little mouse. Millicent looked all around. It looks as if a storm has hit. Every dish is dirty. My pie and punch are gobbled and gone. I have no ivy for my wreath, no berries for my tree. Wickety whiskers! How can Christmas be Christmas now? So Millicent gave away all those things that made her Christmas Christmas. How can it be Christmas without all those things? Then Millicent smiled. At least I have my perfume. Perfume from a skunk, she giggled and bustled off to bed. Do you think perfume from a skunk would smell very good? Oh, the baby hedgehog is warm, she whispered. The chicks are full of pie. And the punch will help dear Gabriel's cold. So doing all those nice things made her feel good inside. And with a yawn, she fell asleep. The next morning, Millicent woke to a chorus of cheeps and chirps. Outside were robins, sparrows, and finches, and they were all singing for her. Behind the birds came a family of hedgehog. Grandfather Hedgehog carried a sack, and the babies had flowers stuck in their prickly spines. Cheepity cheep, cheepity cheep, chirp. Look at all of her friends that came back to see her on Christmas. She helped them, so they came back. Last came Gabriel Skunk, with a lopsided grin and a great big cake. Gracious goodness, exclaimed Millicent. She invited them in. They trimmed the tree together with treasures from Grandfather Hedgehog's sack, buttons and ribbons, sparkling foil, and scraps of cloth. Remember, Millicent had wanted to use the berries and ivy, but she gave them to the baby hedgehog. So Grandfather Hedgehog gave her something in return. Lots of things to decorate her tree. Millicent's black eyes sparkled. This is the very best Christmas ever, and I am surely the happiest mouse in the forest. Christmas just couldn't be Christmas without my wonderful friends. So in the beginning, she thought she needed all of those things to make Christmas perfectly perfect. But in the end, she just needed her friends. That's the end of our story. So we want to know what you need to make Christmas special to you. I made mine and I want to share it with you. So we thought it would be fun to turn it into a gift. What is your favorite gift at Christmas? Maybe it's not a toy or something like that, but it's something you do and time you spend with your family. So here's Miss Stephanie's. Mine is, I said, decorating the Christmas tree with my family. That's one of my favorite things. And Millicent got to do that with her friends in the story too. And then I also drew some cookies because I love to bake cookies with my grandma. It's not even about tasting the cookies. It's just about spending time with her. And the last one, I added a picture of my family because my favorite part of Christmas and the best gift ever is spending time with people you love. So we can't wait to see what your best gift of Christmas is. Merry Christmas!